Like when you was a kid, my first pressing curl.
Right. I did that when you
I used to do this
for no reason.
Used to do this and be like,
how long is my hair? You got your hair all the way back. And then you pull it some more out. Oh, it's long.
Hey everybody, it is Sylvia.
And it's Kanisha. And we are back again for another take on Black History.
Woo-hoo, happy Black History Month.
Happy Black History Month. So, I don't care what type of color you are. Women, we care about our hair. But us black women, it's a whole nother story.
We have real feelings.
Real feelings about our hair. It's real.
Our hair on our head and the hair in the closet.
On the dresser.
Because most of us got some hair somewhere else in the house.
Or in the drawer. We don't play about our hair. So we're doing Black History a little different. So this week we're gonna talk about black women and our hair. In particular, me and Sylvia's hair. Because we can't talk about all y'all hair. We talk about our hair.
So what does that have to do with Black History? What does it have to do with a faith-based channel, right? Everything. Everything. So, we're taking it a little personal for Black History Month because it's not just about, the books and everything else you see, but our life is Black history. And if you look at popular culture now, this is Black history. This movement in black women about natural hair, that's a pretty big deal. We have completely changed the hair care industry for women of color, and our image of beauty is really being altered.
Yes.
In this time, because more of us are embracing our natural hair. And all of us had not intended to do that. Starting with me. So my sisters went natural years before me. And I was that girl, the creamy crack queen. Y'all done made that up. Ain't nobody doing that. That's crazy. I'm gonna get me a perm. And I was so dead set on it. Like, I don't know what's wrong with them over there. That's a mess. I ain't doing it.
Right.
But I wanted to grow my hair out. And back then, this was probably 10, 12 years ago, 15, I don't know.
It was some time ago.
It was some time ago. But you started seeing those hair boards come up about, black women growing long hair and things like that. And so I started trying those things and following those boards, and my hair was growing because prior to that I was the flat iron queen. And I was getting a relaxer every 4 weeks. If a kink showed up, we was getting a perm in. And I had permanent hair color. And so my poor little head was just like, I don't believe we're gonna make it. Help me. Basically. But I didn't know enough about hair to know that I was the reason it wasn't growing. I thought you could do those things.
You had good hair, right?
I had good hair.
It was relaxed.
It was bouncing and waving, and it did bounce and wave. The little pieces I could hold on to. So I would get like a bob cut because my hair could not retain length because I was just doing too much. There was not a kink or a root in sight. But I wanted it to grow. So I started watching hair boards and things like that, and I started seeing, like about stretching relaxers. And I was like, you can go 12 weeks without a relaxer? Are they crazy?
It's gonna be rough.
And it was, because I didn't know any better. And so I started stretching my relaxers. I started doing protective styles and not wearing it out as much. And so my hair did start to grow back out. And around about that time, I got saved. I didn't know that had anything to do with my hair. What I learned in my walk with Christ and salvation was a surrendering of my life. Now, I didn't get that day one. But as I grew in Him, and I started to get stronger in the Lord, I started altering my behavior on a lot of things. And one thing that changed was like my vanity. So I thought I had to look a certain way all the time, and that beauty was a very narrow perspective, and it had to look like this. But as I started growing stronger in my faith, I started being more open-minded, which is weird because people think when you get saved you become closed-minded. And I was in church one day, and I was saved, and I had received the Holy Ghost maybe like a month before. Somebody told me to testify. If you haven't caught on now, I have to get told to testify.
I was about to say, somebody always telling you to testify.
It's probably the same person every time. So I guess I gotta get up and say I don't have nothing to say. I get up and I'm standing behind a woman. And it's one of the mothers in the church, and she had long hair. She wears the halo braid. And she was testifying about how she had gotten sick and all her hair fell out. And my former pastor, she went to him and she prayed. And he asked him to pray for her hair. And I'm standing behind her and I started laughing like, you taking up testimony service. Talking about you didn't pray for some hair.
Yep.
And the Lord spoke to me. He said, you want some hair? And I was like, you right? Checkmate. And so I said, okay, I'm gonna try it. And so I went home that day and I prayed, and I remember saying, Lord, help me know what to do with my hair, and bless my head, because whatever you give me will be better than what I could do for myself. And I thought I was gonna have a really nice perm. More and more pictures of women with natural hair styles kept coming forward. And like I said, my sisters had already transitioned. And I saw her hairstyle and I thought it was really pretty. And I said, I want to wear my hair like that. I think I can do it. And so it was in October that year. And I said, okay, I'm going to transition. And I posted it on Facebook. I'm probably going to fall off the bandwagon, but let's see how far we can get. And I transitioned 13 months. I started in October. In December, I got a haircut because I thought it would be easier to just get as much of the relaxer off as possible. So I had a very short asymmetrical bob, and I kept that asymmetrical bob. By like July, August, I had a natural in the back and relaxed on the sides. And then November of the next year, I cut the ends off. So I just got impatient, basically.
Take it.
Yep. And then I went to the movies with my new friend. And there's a picture of me with my cousins. I was like, well, I'm going somewhere today, so whatever I look like, they gonna have to take it.
Gonna get what you gonna get.
You gonna get whatever come out of this bonnet. So
and I'm natural too. I typically do like to wear my hair in a more straight look. I will do natural styles, but as you just heard me say, my hair is thirsty. So it just don't get the look. I'll be wanting nice, luscious looking nice curls, like they got some, life in them. Mine don't be like that. Mine be like, why are you doing this to me? And I need something. But like Sylvia, I never ever would have thought that I would be natural. I would often say, Madam C.J. Walker made a beautiful mistake. I will not let her go down in history. What she did cannot go in vain. We have to carry it on. That's what I would say. Like, that would be my comeback every time. So I'm like, oh, such and such natural. Madam C.J. Walker. No. Natural. A friend of mine, she may know if she watches this. She is a sharer of ours. Thank you for the shares.
thanks. Everybody else, please like, share, and subscribe. Click it down below.
Do it. She told me, I think I'm gonna go natural. And I gave her the stank eye. I said, girl, you better get you a relaxer and quit playing. You ain't got good hair. Who was I to tell somebody that?
That's some of the stuff I got.
Dead wrong, girl. You better get you a relaxer and quit playing. But I so discouraged her. And so here I am. I'm getting, and y'all know this was the big trend. I wanted a sew-in, so I got me a sew-in. I liked my sew-ins. Shout out to Tamika. She did my sew-ins for me. They always look good. She's actually the person who I did my natural journey with. And she kind of helped me to get over my fear because I remember sitting in her chair one day. We was at the shop. We were all talking, and we were talking about natural hair. And she was saying, like, I just don't get how people are so afraid of their natural hair.
I didn't even know.
She said, I don't understand it. She said, you know, you do your kids' hair if you have kids. This natural hair, you dealing with natural hair. She said, you do your hair, you learn how to manage it.
Well, it was different because I was the same way. I was very afraid. I didn't know you could just wear it.
I was afraid. That's why I wasn't.
But as a child, all your mama did was put bow-bows and barrettes in your head and twist it up, which is all I do now.
See? Minus the bow-bows. Minus the bow-bows and the barrettes.
But that's all you ever thought was possible. And then, you know, on Christmas, Easter, and Mother's Day, you got it pressed. So, you know, like.
And that was like a big deal.
It was a big deal.
I was sitting in the chair looking silly because I was like, that's me. I'm scared. I don't do my hair, and that's what I said. And you know what? If I be honest now, I still don't do my hair unless I have to. That's just me. But when she said that, it kind of like dawned on me. Why are you afraid to just let your hair be the way it is? And then she said this, and this has stuck with me. She said, you can accomplish with your natural hair the look that you're trying to get when you're putting that relaxer in it. And I had absolutely no idea that I could still get, we call it roller wraps.
And Louisville, the roller wrap.
The roller wrap.
It was
king.
king.
We had the roller wraps. And it was a different type. You know, you had the one where you just had the rollers up here and then you wrap the hair around the side. And then you had the other time when you did the rollers all up, you know, boop, 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 boop. You know, so we had it. We knew what we was doing. And the look that you get afterwards. I liked my roller wrap look. I liked my curls. I liked all of that. So I was like, well, if I go natural, I can't get that. So no, I don't want to do that. But when she told me you can get the same look that you're going for, you know, you just learn how to deal with it. And now, you know what? I took her at her word. So with that sew-in that she put in my head, I kept it. I wore a sew-in for maybe like a year. Off and on, I gave myself breaks in between. But I wore my sew-in because that's how I transitioned. I never cut all my hair off. I just couldn't bring myself to the big chop. That's why I be telling y'all, Sylvia be doing all type of stuff I just could not do. Like, I could not do the So we're gonna explain our
wardrobe change.
So we got fancy.
Yeah.
And decided we was gonna start changing up the outfit in the middle of the video.
Yeah. Or just running down the battery. Have to start over.
That one. That's my first silk press. I was like, ooh, this look good, you know? And even like where, you know, you have your line of, is it demarcation? When your hair's going out? She had it laid, smooth, like straight. You couldn't even do it. You had to dip the hair in some water to see where the relaxed was and where the natural was. She had me together, she did.
She made you a believer.
She made me a believer, and a believer I have become. I believe in the natural hair. Now, I ain't gonna lie. If I go somewhere and try to do it, it probably ain't gonna turn out right. I gotta leave it to the professionals. But just knowing that I could accomplish it was good enough for me. So I went on my natural hair journey, and I've been on it ever since. And my hair is going through something crazy at the moment. However, when I went natural, oh my goodness, it was like my hair was like, I will survive. I will survive. Because I think I was killing her. She was like holding on. And then she was like, oh, this feels good. My hair started growing. It was thick. I was like, woo!
It's like it couldn't wait to be free. It break every chain. Okay. As it grew out, it just was like, I mean, she was like, bam! I'm here. I'm free.
I'm saying, I will survive.
And it doesn't, like, you don't stop going through things. Like you said, like, your hair is going through something right now. I kind of, you know, got lazy in the corona land and stopped detangling my hair right. And, you know, I had to get a little snip. So you don't stop having changes or going through some things. If your life changes, your stress level changes, your diet changes, but the bounce back is totally different.
Yeah.
The hair is resilient like us, and she can take some things. She ain't gonna take no whole bunch of abuse.
Don't be dying, frying, relaxing.
No,
we're doing it all, and they put a lick of oil in her.
And she wants to be like us, you know, like we were made to be something, and the hair is the same way. And it's best when it's allowed to be what it was supposed to be. I like the convenience and the versatility of hairstyles. Like, I felt like I had found a new friend, and we needed to get to know each other. And then just whoosh, there it went. And the next thing I knew, you know, like other people were doing it. And some people were following a trend, and some people were, you know, on a spiritual journey, or were on a new life journey, or, you know, some people had to do it because of health reasons and things like that. But for whatever reason, you know, once they crossed over, they were like, oh, this is great, I'm free.
No turning back. Yes, I'm coming. And I'm on the right track. I don't even know if I just sung the song right.
My mind's made up.
Yeah, there it is.
Anyway, so if you're doing a natural hair journey, or if you've done one, what's your experience been? It's not as what's the word, controversial as it was when I was doing it 8 years ago. 9 years. I would have been transitioned 9 years. People was looking at me crazy.
There's a law for it now too. You can't discriminate.
Well, that was all about it. Yeah.
You have to cut the hair off.
You gonna have to get a part. You gonna have to get a part.
Yeah, something.
But what's your experience been now that it's more accepted and more embraced and more publicized, and you see more pictures and things? So
also, if you're just deciding to start your natural hair journey, we encourage you to keep pressing forward, because it gets better.
Gets better, and it's worth it. When you finally get to look at the you.
The you. The God you. What God made. Yeah.
I get down to the I'm gonna have to think rethink my hair wash schedule, because I wash on the weekends and then we're recording on the weekend. I be trying to get it to do a little something, and
so you can look nice.
She be like, "No, we done did all we gonna do this week."
I done pushed.
It's the weekend.
I'm chilling.
We done.